You are here because you have a big mission. And this mission feels like a calling, feels like something that goes beyond you, feels like a fire that was lit up within the blazing radiance of your soul, and it doesn't let go of you. Give me a yes if this resonates, if this is you, if you know that you have a soul calling and you're on a place in your life where following your curiosity, where following your excitement is the day-to-day, is the bare minimum, the minimum standard. You have come a very long way in your own healing journey, and now you are at a place also where you are serving people through your soul-given gifts. Maybe you are uncovering more of your soul gifts. Maybe you're still receiving training, exploring at a deeper level. You're working with a mentor, you're working with a coach. That's all amazing. But you definitely have already said yes to missions, said yes to this calling and helping other humans with what channels through, with what was given from source. You already know what it's like to co-create with your multidimensionality, co-create with your intuition. You are not foreign to the concept of higher self and even higher selves. You are here to assist humanity. So for you, my beautiful light worker mission soul, I prepared this training to infuse part of my expertise and bring back the flow and the joy to content creations. So give me a yes in the chat if you're freaking excited to be here and you're in for the treat, for a treat. Let me do this here. Beautiful. So that you can see my camera as well in the recording. Boom. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing, beautiful. So my name is Marga. I want to welcome you officially into this training. I am a mission amplifier, a mission brand mentor. I am a business strategy for ascending souls, and I am the founder of the Missioned Soul movement, where mission souls that came with a big calling to assist the rising of humanity into higher timelines of freedom and abundance and possibility, get the strategic moves and the frequency to build highly abundant missions. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And the first thing that I want to start this beautiful training with is by talking about the concept of you are already a channel. So, and a little disclaimer, very important, before we go into today's training. Some of you are 100% new to me. I love you so much. I'm so grateful that you are here. You need to know that you are what motivates me. Helping people like you is what motivates me, because ascending, as much as of it can sound like something super spiritual, and it is, it also means that people who are really struggling in the world ascend into timelines where they have food to eat, where they have their dreams back, where their children run free, and survival and suffering, it's no longer part of the vocabulary. And the way we see this inside of my mission is, if we help more people like you who co-creates with their multidimensionality to assist others via your healing sessions, via your transformational codes, your transformational workshops, your transformational content, more people will awaken their consciousness and more love will be awakened on this earth. We are here, mission souls are souls who said yes to a very specific mission. And that mission is assist and in the ascension of planet Gaia. And so by helping you succeed, we help a lot of humans raise their love and unity quota, their abundance quota. And we collectively will start seeing a whole new earth where pain and suffering are completely eradicated. This I know, the fruits of my own mission is not something that I will see fully in my lifetime. I'm at the time 37 years of age. I'm so grateful that my mission activated now. And I am sure that I'll leave this body, I'll leave this incarnation, and the ripple effect of this, of what I'm doing, what you are doing, will continue to blossom and be seen on earth. So I want to really commend you for being here, for take time to really go deep into what can serve you to have a more enjoyable experience inside your mission. I really want to commend your soul also for saying yes to the calling, for believing that you can, because you can. And I am here to give you all I can, my all, my 10 years of experience, my highly refined abilities, helping humans with a mission get activated and get into action for you to build an abundant mission empire. And so having said that, I want you to know that in order for me to display my magic, sometimes you will see me doing interesting things. So is it okay if in order for me to fully display my channel magic, sometimes there are some F-bombs and some like the intensity goes up? Is it okay with you? Yes? Amazing. Thank you. Another thing that can happen would be that I'm going to do movement with my hands, and this is light language. This is my own body channeling codes and expanding the field. So is it okay if I also display my light language and I allow myself to be fully me inside of this training to be able to ensure I can give you my most? Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. No, I love it. and if I'm here to embrace my weird just as much as I am here to encourage you to embrace more of your weird. So light language, toning, yeah, and what else? Movement, sounds can come up as well, and this is all part of your experience. So welcome to the experience, and I'm so grateful that now we can go into the depths of this training. Yes, yes, yes. Be yourself. Absolutely. Yes. This is what we are here for. So the first thing I want to cover is like this concept of channeling and content channeling, and more specifically that you are a channel. So your mission, this is what I want to invite into the field. Your mission is an intersection of very specific frequencies that you channel in a very unique way. Other people can do exactly the same thing that you do. Other people can have exactly the same message that you have and even serve the same type of humans. But there is a reason why people choose to hire you or choose to hire the other person. And it is because of who you are and the very specific way in which things channel through you. This is going to be reflected on the programs you create, on the coaching offerings that you create, in the way you speak, in the it's so deep and refined that it goes all the way up to the way you speak, your personality. There is just something about you, and this is why it is safe for you to own more of what makes you unique. What are those frequencies that intersect in order for you to have this mission? There's the frequency of a cry out in the world. Humans asking to be more free from their pain, from whatever their limiting thoughts. Humans asking to live a life where all they want to be is happy. All they want to be is like their life, they want to feel like their life has a purpose. So your client's desires, your soulmate tribe desires is emitting this frequency, and they have these desires, they have these wants, they have this cry out in their soul. And then there's also your life experience. And your life experience, the things that make you feel so excited and that you go deep into, the modalities that you have already learned and that you have applied for yourself. So maybe are healing modalities like this or that, the other one, quantum healing, whatever it is. The topics that you love, your soul's excitement, you love manifestation, you love harmonizing, you love helping people with their trauma. What makes you feel excited? This also is creating, it's a frequency within your soul. And it has been unleashed through your whole story. You have been on a journey of deconditioning and unplugging from everything that you are not to finally step on who you are in your authentic self. And let me know if this resonates. And this creates the frequency of your embodiment. So here's your people, here's your embodiment and everything that makes you you. And then here is this business. Here is this mission. And this mission is not given to only one person. A lot of us, as I said, have very similar missions. But so the moment that we say yes to is the moment that things start, there is an exacerbation, there is a potentiality in the field. The other thing that it's another important frequency is your products. Your products are also the interception between your people's desires and your creator capacity. So, and all of this is coming from source. So we have all of these quantum soup of frequencies. And as you say yes to doing something with what you know that you have, and as you start believing that what you have inside is real, and as you start giving sessions and seeing how transformative is your work actually is, then your mission channel starts amplifying, starts amplifying, starts amplifying, starts amplifying. So you are a mission, you are already a channel. And source, the way source consciousness channels through you is completely unique. All of this is part of what I just mentioned. But then inside of your channel, well, is your passions, where your heart is invested, your values, that makes you extremely unique. The way you speak, how passionate you are or you are not. It's like you're so, it's like, it's usually like you're, it's like there's this harmony and this peace and this beauty, when you speak, everything, what makes you, your vocabulary, your story, where you were born, everything gives a very unique shape to the channel. And this is why you can receive a very similar mission than other people receive, but the way it flows through you is what creates the frequency of your mission brand. And this is what people get called to. And your overall frequency. There is just something about you that makes you unique and special. So because of all of these reasons, because of how unique you are. And because of this uniqueness, how source consciousness expresses in a very specific way through you, you, my beautiful friend, are already a channel. And if you are here with me, I want you to write the word, drop the word channel in the comments, and let's start anchoring these energies. You are already a channel. And so how come if you are such a magnificent channel of light and transformation and healing for humanity, when you go into social media, when you start thinking about, oh, what should I talk about? You don't know, or you fall into the illusion that you don't know what you need to talk about. You have so much to say. You have such a mind-blowing life experience and life story. Some of your lives, like the way they look right now, man, it used to be so freaking different. And it is because you did the work that you help others with today within your services, that your life looks the way it does. There's just so much for you to say. And today we're amplifying this, your throat, amplifying the channel of your trust, your self-trust, so that you remember that you actually have a lot of things to say, and you actually are here for a bigger, like, you know your shit, and you are here to help a lot of humans. And in the process, you're going to, receive a lot of abundance, material and other expressions of abundance. So to wrap up this part, I want to reassure you that you didn't come to Earth to run a business. You didn't come to Earth to run a third-dimensional fucking boring business where there is limitation and when there is always so much that you're lacking, or even if you're an expert. No, you are here to display your magic. You came here to display your art. You came here to build a true temple of abundance that allows you to unleash your magic into the world and serve hundreds of souls inside of it. And this is what I call a mission brand. And part of building the brand, it is an infrastructure. It is an architecture that can hold so many more humans. Because some of these humans are on YouTube, some of these humans are on Facebook, some of these humans are on a Facebook group, some of these humans are on my email list, some of these humans come to my offerings, some of them receive so much from me for years, and then they finally buy something, or they never, but I changed their lives. You won't until you build your mission brand. And I know that this is what you want. So my message is, once you get serious on building, creating, expanding a mission brand, which is not a third-dimensional brand, is a living consciousness brand, then like things are just going to blow up for you. And you're going to have just so much more fun. If you're here for the fun, like this is the right space. This is the right place. All right, my beautiful souls. So now I am going to amplify my screen. Channel, says Chris. I love seeing you participating, being here with me. Beautiful. All right, my love. So where is this coming from? This is a training on content channeling, and I want to explain to you and give you a broader framework of where this is coming from, and then we're going to start funneling down and being super specific on the actual techniques, what you need to channel content with precision, all of it. So the first thing I want to share with you is, where is this codex of channeling content coming from? And this is coming from the Embodied Soul Mission Blueprint Codex. It is called a codex because inside of it, there are multiple libraries, multiple codes, multiple pieces of light-coded information that give shape to actual templates, actual constructs, actual paradigms within the mission brand Mystery School, which is my 9-month beautiful journey mastermind experience. The first 3 months, we go super deep on this full codex. And so the Embodied Soul Mission Blueprint talks to us about we are the mission. Basically, you do not have one purpose, you do not have one mission. There are a lot of things that are your mission that you will never profit from. Sometimes the mission is touching a specific tree. And the moment that you touch it, a full network calibrates and reconfigures and raises the frequency. Sometimes your mission is being a beautiful partner, being a loving mother, being a loving human. For those of you who have a job, spreading light in your workplace while you build your mission business. And there are so many other expressions of mission. But at the end of the day, all of this happens. We are like a coated crystal, and I have a beautiful crystal right here with me. You're like a crystal who has a very specific frequency, because this is already coded within your soul. There is a very specific architecture, and I serve mission souls. There is a difference between light workers and mission souls. Light workers can spread a lot of their light on the planet, while mission souls are going to do that, but also they have this mission of deconstruct and rebuild the new golden age of existence, the new earth. And most of them choose to start a soul business as a way to create a world within the world. Because when you have your mission brand, when you have your mission business, you have a culture inside the culture. People feel a certain way when they are inside your creation, your brand. You awaken certain possibilities and certain specks of light and possibility and dreaming and vibe and frequency. You get to fully unleash your creator capacity. You're here receiving this training. Some of you are receiving this training on the 48 hours that it's going to be available. And some of you are receiving this inside the Mission Brand Playground membership, which is my membership to help you build a mission brand and grow it using content, social media, all this stuff. You are here receiving from this, and this just came over the weekend. On Friday, I was like, man, like, what's the next thing? Soul mission, what is the next thing that I need to start talking about in my mission to create this beautiful wave of momentum? And this idea came through. I created a series on Instagram. I created this training. How beautiful it is to have the infrastructure in the world for you to just say, you know what, I'd like to do this on Monday, and yeah, and I'll also like to do that, and I love to infuse the codes of possibility and joy and fun in my people. What a joy. This is what's on the other side of going all in with building your mission brand. So in order to embody even more, like you came with this, it's coded, it's already the potential within you. And this is not the first time, by the way, that you're on planet Earth, anchoring light and helping rebuild the world. But this, in this time and age, is where it's really going to go, things are going to go to the next level, because the frequency of Gaia is like in full boom mode. It's like in full ascension and evolution mode. So now all of this potential is like inside of your soul, but how do you really embody more and more and more? you're going to embody more of the very specific soul mission frequency that you have. For example, for me, it's helping people expand their messaging, losing 101% of fear around being seen. If anything, claim I was born to be seen. For me, it's helping people own their social media as their coded stage. For me, it's about expanding light and abundance and love by my expression, and also what I do inside of Mission Soul and other brands that I will create over the course of my lifetime. For others of you, you hold so much mastery around helping humans master their emotion. What is the value of that? I wouldn't even be the entrepreneur that I am if I didn't have my emotional capacity, my emotional regulation. Like some others of you are gifted healers, amplify the light, etc., etc. Others of you is via human design and gene keys, helping people find their purpose. It's amazing, right? And so you have like this thing that you do in the world, right? And with these four, going deep into these four codexes, activating fully and then fully going deep on what is inside each and every one of these four pieces, you're going to become more and unlock more of, also the abundance potential that resides within you via your soul mission frequency. The first one is the mission grid architecture. The second one is the embodied mission soul self. The third one is multidimensional co-creation with your mission. The fourth is your soul codexes of abundance. I'm not going to go deep on all of this, because we're going into the training. But I want to share with you that the channeling content is an intersection between the mission grid architecture and the embodied mission soul self. Why? Because the embodied mission soul self is extremely courageous, because it's crazy, because it really believes that it can change the world. But you know what's the plot twist? That he or she actually can. It's not 100% craziness. It's actually soul accuracy. It's a deep inner knowing. And so there will be other webinars where I'll go deeper into this. This is the full 4 libraries of light that we are going to master in the first 3 months of the 9-month journey of the Mission Brand Mystery School. And yes, you can join just for that one. You can join 1 or 2 or the full journey. All right. And if you want to learn more about that, just DM me on Instagram. Tell me, Marga, I would love to learn more about the Mission Brand Mystery School. There's also a link in my bio on Instagram, and then you can read the full brochure and all the information. All right. So, my beautiful soul, choose your grid. Where do you want to play? Do you want to keep playing on the grid of lack of confidence? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a baby light worker entrepreneur. I'm so cute and I don't know what I'm doing. Do you want to play? The choice is in front of you. Do you want to play in the grid of creating content for the sake of creating content? Because you have to? Because some crazy chick on the internet tells you, or man on the internet tells you that you need to post daily on Instagram in order to have a real business? What is that? Or, oh yeah, love and light, at some point things will happen. Or, do you want to play in the grid of, I was born to do this. I was born to awaken the masses of those humans who are meant to receive from me in their lifetime, whether via my activating content or inside my offerings. The grid and the playground of my words and my content have freaking power. They shake people. They go really far away. They go really far. They activate something. Because I am the embodiment of my work. Because I am the embodiment of my mission. Because I am the mission. The grid and the playground of. I am intentionally building an architecture that can hold hundreds of humans, aka my mission brand. Which one do you choose? Every single day, the choice is in front of you when you open the laptop. What's happening here? What's happening here? What's the vibe? What's the energy? Things happen when you're full. You're fully invested in the second grid, in the second energy. This is the playground of let's effing go. Which one do you choose? Type it in the comments. Do you choose number one? The one feel of lack and then I don't know what I'm doing? Or do you choose number two? And this is the real work. What are you here to awaken? As a remembrance in the souls of others. What is your mission brand here to awaken? As a remembrance in the souls of others. This is content channeling. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped up being here with you. If you're watching this inside the Mission Brand Playground as a training, you're always, or even if you're watching this as a replay, you're always so welcome to send me a DM on Instagram and tell me, Marga, like this really landed from your last training. Oh my God, I was watching this training. I had to stop and send you this message. This just came through. I love hearing your downloads. I love hearing how things land for you. So my DMs on Instagram at Mission Soul or on Facebook are always open. I am a human. I am part of your collective. So just putting it out there, beautiful souls. Now let's start going deep into what you really need in order to channel light codes via content. All right. So, and before we keep moving forward, so I designated an hour, 15 minutes for this training. So yeah, just putting it out there. I should have said it at the beginning, but so as of now, we have approximately 30 minutes, 35 minutes. All right. So you have also like a window of time of how long this is going to go through. It's 30 minutes more. Beautiful. So channeling light codes via content. Some of you are related with the content of grid work and some of you are not so much. But basically, let's just imagine that. Let's bring the example of this crystal. This crystal, its name is a pirita in Spanish. I think in English it's like pirate, well, pirita. And that's a new word for you in Spanish as well. It can be a rose quartz, whatever it is. This crystal has a very specific frequency. And when this crystal came into my home and into my office, it started to interface with the frequencies that are in this space. and interact even with my own frequency, right? We are no different. We hold a very specific frequency that's meant to interface with the matrix, and it's meant to open cracks from within. And a good chunk of how we do that is by understanding that when you create your content from your soul, and when you are amplifying and spreading what you are made of, what's inside your mission codes in the world, you are sitting light into the grid of the internet, into the digital grids. Everything has a grid. Mother Earth has a grid. Every word has a grid. If I say the word money, what comes into your field? What comes into mind? All of these pieces of information, codes, constructs, beliefs, stories create the overall frequency of the grid, right? So the internet is not something that we built. It's a pre-existing grid. But the moment that your content that comes from your soul and your soul codes, which means that has light within it, interfaces, intertwines, weaves with the internet, and people receive it, it's infiltrated. We are infiltrating every space we exist in. Some of you who here can relate with being the black sheep, with being so different, the non-conventional human in their family, the one that did things very differently, right? So no different than how we weaved some new information that didn't exist in our full family, like cousins, aunts. Nowhere in our family was this before we made it to the family, before the black sheep made it to the family, right? So, and the one thing to understand here is that the humans that you are meant to work with and that are meant to receive from you and from your content, they already have within them a specific amount of, a specific quota of love, light, and abundance. These three frequencies: love, light, and abundance. So some of you really work deep in sessions with people, like amplifying how much like love they have, how much quota of love your clients have. And so your clients go from not loving themselves to loving themselves, not believing in themselves to believing in themselves. Some others of you are transformational coaches, and what you are doing within your work and in your sessions is amplifying the light. And so the light, for example, that can bring empowerment, the light that can bring to feel that you can trust yourself, the light that your purpose can bring. For me, I amplify the light in my people by helping them embody more and more and more of their mission. And I also help them embody more abundance, because all of this work results in clients, which results in financial abundance. But also my work is really, it's ascensional work. So when you do this work, you really do it in a way that feels like you are having the time of your life. You're enjoying the experience. The reason why I mentioned this, I'm mentioning the factor of love, light, and abundance is because we also do this with content. Our first service to the world is our content. Content is the church. Content creation is the ministry. If you were to use those words. So give me a yes if this resonates, if this is making sense. So what do we need in order to channel light codes via content? This is why I said light codes, because it's literally, there are codes of light that amplify love, light, and abundance. And this is coded, this is intertwined with or entwined with your content. There are 4 things. And now here is where we go deeper. All right. So, and by the way, if you have any question at some point, just let me know in the chat. Or if something has landed for you, then please share it in the chat. All right, my human. So, my human, my human. All right, maybe it feels so. Something I said before, if you watch the Instagram series, is that you are not here to amplify your personality just with your content and everything that you do. There is a difference between a personal brand and a mission brand. A personal brand only amplifies you, amplifies the attention around every single area of your personal life, amplifies your personality. Oh, I like this brand. Oh, I like to eat here. Oh, my smoothie. And it's all about you. All right. So this is a template that works really well for influencers. And not that we are not influencers, like light influencers, but this is what influencers do. They just amplify their personality, their personal brand. A mission brand is co-created between source consciousness, your soul codes, and you, and also the people that want to receive from it. At a very subconscious level, the signal that they are sending out into the world. So it is a co-creation. It is not created from the mind. Oh my God, I'm going to do this brand and it's going to do this and and I have all the control, I have all the clarity, I know it all. No. It's such a different thing. And you know it every time that you create a new product. Because then the next thing that you start to witnessing in your life is how your own product, so living consciousness is an offering, starts to initiate things in your life. All of a sudden, you create this 4-week program for women to learn how to love themselves. And the next day, the first thing you know is, oh my God, why am I hating myself so much when I see myself in a mirror? Like something like that, right? Like that's a very obvious example, but it happens so much. So your brand has its own consciousness. And so in order for us to make sure that we are, let's say, that we are aligning, that we are tuning our channel to channel content with precision that really helps our mission grow, we need the column of ascension activation. If you're foreign to the concept of column of ascension, just say, if you don't know what it is, just like say me in the chat. And this is something that I can send you over Instagram, or I may facilitate at some point. But the column of ascension basically is a practice that you bring yourself to, where you connect with your physical heart and you attune and connect your physical heart with the void of nothingness, with source consciousness. And also connect your heart by sending a golden cord, by sending a silver cord, by sending a light being. It can look like any of these ways, to the crystalline core of ascended Gaia. And so column of ascension activation is something that I do every single day. You want to activate your column of ascension because it ensures that you keep traversing the higher timelines of evolution specifically for you. They align you with your own specific, with your very specific path of evolution, that it's in your highest and in the highest of the planet and everything around you. So do you see how we want to make sure that we are placed into this beautiful column of light that connects us with source consciousness, the consciousness of our heart, and the consciousness of Mother Gaia. And even sometimes just by just visualizing this and imagining this, you're aligning your frequency. And the more you do it, the better. It's the more you get to actually feel it, like you feel it in your body, right? The second thing that we want to align that we want to do, the second thing that's required to channel light codes via content is the crown frequency alignment right here. All right, so what does it mean to align the frequency of your crown? And what do you want to align it to? You want to, as I said before, your mission brand is not something that came up from your mind, it's something that you created. If you have done this work with someone in the past, amazing. If you haven't and you want to do that work with me, then amazing. And this is what my programs are for. But I'm here to give you an overview. So we want to align our crown with what's the frequency of my mission? What are the frequencies inside my mission? And so, for example, some of the frequencies inside my mission are divine abundance. Of course, it's here to amplify my abundance and the abundance of others. Is divine daring, divine possibility. Soul, the frequency of soul, is the frequency of, let's see, soul, divine possibility, sovereignty. It's another big one. And there are other frequencies inside. So there is something that it's called the mission crystal. And this is a process that you can do yourself, okay? You can take yourself to. And this is part of what I help others doing in a very beautiful, like activating activations, let's say. You tune with a crystal in the quantum, and you start infusing these frequencies of your mission. And once you do it, it is done. And once it's done, you want to call that mission crystal, right? Because it's easier than calling 9 frequencies or 4 frequencies that make that your frequency, that your mission is made out of. You just call the crystal, and as you bring it into the field, it's bringing those frequencies, but also this is, like, who is in my council? You can go to someone and ask, what should I talk about? And they are going to tell you, oh, do this, use this content prompt. But to have your mission activated as a crystal is so game-changing, because it's no different than how we co-create multidimensional with our higher self. This is your mission's higher self. And there is just so much about the mission crystal. This is why this is inside the mission grid architecture that you can see that. So this is part of what's inside of this pillar. You also want to invite the frequency of your people. There are so many things that can come to your channel, so many ideas, but you need discernment by asking, and this discernment can be attained by simply asking the question, is this coming for me? Or is this relevant for me? Or is this relevant for my mission brand? Is this relevant for my audience? Is this relevant for my tribe? Because some things are just like amazing thoughts, right? We all should be cooking with more coconut oil. Okay, and what's your mission about? Oh, emotional intelligence. All right, okay, yeah. Potentially that was something for you to share on Facebook with your friends or on a story, but it was not the piece of content that you should create that day for your mission, right? So you really want to call in also the frequency of your humans, because who are your humans? Who are your clients? Who are the people that you're meant to serve? I know that the people that I'm meant to serve have been on earth before, are very ancient souls. They value love, they value having a laugh, they value expansion and growth. They are literal personal growth evolution junkies. They are courageous. They are they have big ginormous hearts. They have a mission that they need to build, and my mission brand exists to help them how to turn their soul gifts into an actual mission that gives them abundance, clients, and helps them fulfill their purpose. So can you see how it's important to have certain things right there in your crown to be able to make sure to make sure that you're channeling shit that makes sense and that actually helps you grow your mission. So this is what this is about. And let's see. So it's your mission, frequency, your crown. Let's leave it here. These are part of the things that you definitely want to call in every single day. So what's my mission? What's my mission frequency? And who am I serving, right? In order to be able to channel content with more precision. And we're going deeper. We're going deeper on this journey. So intentional content, intentional channeling filter selection. So this is something very cool that I brought for you. And let me just have this zip and show you over here. Very good. So you want to make sure that whatever you put out there into the world, it's serving. It's serving people, and it's serving your mission brand's growth. Okay? So there are a few filters that you want to choose and that are really going to make sure that whatever you channel helps you grow your mission. So the first filter that I'm going to give you is the brand awareness scale. Okay. All right, so how are we going to channel content that is strategic as well? And that is not just like anything that is very inspirational. The first thing that you want to do is like, okay, so this is a beautiful filter. Let's start by unaware. If you're just starting, or if you're pivoting, or if people really don't know what is it that you do and you are just launching your brand, then chances are that people are unaware that you exist and unaware of everything. All right. So what you're going to be requesting to channel, what you're going to be tuning into to channel is content that creates awareness. And this awareness, it looks like okay, this is very cool. So what are the first things that people need to be aware of in order to come and listen to you? So for example, for me, this can look like, man, my people need to be aware of the fact that they are mission souls. What are the first codes? I talk about this, and this is one of the latest trainings I deliver inside the membership, the next set of codes. So if people are fully unaware, you're going to bring this window. And so think about and ask yourself, how can I make my people go from they don't know I exist to they know I exist? Okay. And so in this sense, you can scan and see, okay, what are my people really struggling with? What do they really need? What problems do they have? And so say, for example, is they are going to work, but they feel like everything has lost its meaning, and there is more to life. They feel that they have a purpose, or that everything they are doing has no purpose. So then, using this, the first set of codes that you can start sharing with your people is that can look like, well, no matter where you are, you can bring purpose to what you are doing. What is your authentic self? These are like topics. Let's say, for example, like if I start tuning into someone with this mission. So if they are fully unaware, you also want to work on content that it's poured out with a lot of frequency, meaning like constantly. And you want to use as many, for example, as many resources as you have. For some of you, those resources are to create more reels, because on Instagram or on TikTok, that type of content gets to be spread out more and more and more. So you're going to channel things that are going to start bringing people in. Hey, I have cotton candy. I have cotton candy. I help you find your purpose, right? Let's talk purpose. Let's talk like bringing the shit from the subconscious up. And so like start creating content around these topics and start using the best that you can, like these tools like Reels, TikToks. This is really going to help you channel. It's a filter. It's also a filter for you to be able to channel strategic content. Channel content that's strategic for your mission's growth. The other thing is that, for example, another good question to ask yourself is, who has my clients already? And so maybe you say, man, Marga has an audience of high achievers that are driven by mission. And I wonder how interested they are in emotional sufficiency. And then you have a conversation with me. You know what, Marga, like I have created this little workshop, or I would love to go live with you and give you this piece for your audience. Would you be interested in it? If not, what could be something within the realm of emotional sufficiency or purpose or healing that could be relevant for your audience? Can you see how now you can start channeling ideas, concepts, topics, and even strategies to be able to go from unknown to well-known? The second one is brand aware, all right? So this is another filter that pretty much allows you to rate on a scale how aware people are of your brand, right? How many people know that your brand exists? Do people know the world that you are building inside your brand or not? And so if you use this window, then you want to create this filtration system, this window. It's going to tell you, okay, babe, we need to create more content letting people know why the F do we do what we do. Because guess what? People don't care how much you know. People won't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And this is a base fundamental principle on marketing. And so you want to make them aware of, here's the vibe. We are go-getters, but we do this without burning our adrenals. Come and join the fun. This Instagram page is for you. What is the world you're building inside of your brand? All right? That's another window. The third one, problem aware. How aware is your people, or are your people, of the true problem? Some people come to me, for example, thinking that they need a larger audience. But when I look into their brand, I realize that the problem is not how many people they have. but actually how things are basically all over the place and how they are lacking being more specific, and how they are not focusing on creating content that help people solve their problems. So they have a content and marketing problem. They don't have an audience problem or numbers or visibility problem. So then it becomes my work to educate people on this. If you're constantly thinking how to grow your audience, to bring more clients into your coaching services, read this. And so inside of that piece of content, I educating. What you think versus what you think the problem is, column. Your audience is too small. What it actually is, your messaging is all over the place. So what is that thing that your people are struggling with? What do they think the problem is? And what do you know the actual problem is as the expert? Use this window to channel a lot of content that really serves to expand your people's awareness into, oh my goodness, no, I don't have a manifestation problem. I have susceptibilities in my field from past lifetimes that need to be harmonized. So I close down those quantum leaks in my field. You as the expert know, all right? The 4 window, solution aware. So solution aware is, are they aware of the solution? Are they aware that if they were to have a 90-minute or 3-hour VIP day with me, session with me in a content intensive, that pretty much like fix it all? Are they aware that it's a quantum healing session, what they need, or an EFT session, or a pranic healer, or a trance channeling, whatever it is that you do? Are they aware that their problems get solved with this? If not, use this window to channel strategic content. And then I'm going to go into how this can look like at the end. But then this is then what you want to talk about. Before quantum healing, your life before a quantum healing session, your life after a quantum healing session. And you can go do a comparison post, you can go live. There are many ways to create content. What you need to know is that keep it simple, do it in a way that works for you. And yeah, we're gonna go deeper into that in a moment. The final window that you want to use to make sure that whatever you create actually help growing your brand is the product aware. Product aware, what does it mean? Are they aware of your product? So for example, I created this content series around content channeling on Instagram out of my inspiration and intersecting, okay, what is my people ready for? Oh my God, they're ready for doing things with more flow and more fun and bringing back multidimensionality into marketing. This is my jam. This is what they're ready for. But if you go and because you're not here just to consume content, because you're actually here to start building the muscle of understanding what other people do within their marketing so you can do the same or grab ideas that excite your soul, I want to invite you to go into Instagram. Even if you don't have Instagram, you can go on Instagram, instagram.com in your computer /Mission Soul, and have a look at my series. At the beginning of each piece of content, I'm saying something like, for example, in order to channel content with more precision, you need to attune your crown to the right frequencies. Welcome to the Content Channeling Series, brought to you by the Mission Brand Playground membership and the Mission Brand Mystery School. This is the first frequency that you need to attune your crown to in order to channel content with precision. inside this template that I'm using on each and every one of those reels, I am planting a seed. Some of those seeds are going to blossom in 6 months. Some of those seeds are going to blossom in 3 years. Some of those seeds are going to blossom next week. And that is the seed of me telling my people what is the name of my offerings. So if you have the Find Your Purpose Accelerator 6-month one-on-one a coaching program, go into your social media, and when you create content that can serve your audience, it can be as easy as, if you know that they are not aware of your product, then dropping these seeds. Oh, a client sent you a testimonial for this Find Your Purpose coaching one-on-one mentorship. Or they told you on Instagram, you know what, my life is changing so much since saying yes to this program. So you go on Instagram and you share the branding, the image that you created to promote this coaching program. I recommend that you have a branding for every offering. And you just share that image at the top and then a screenshot at the bottom, and you can cover the person's name. This is called social proof. And this is also letting your people know that your product exists and also that is bringing results. Let me know in the chat if this is helpful. If it's helpful to know that, oh, once I align my field to, my actual mission and my mission brand and my people, and I bring and I can bring these filters, I can create content that actually helps me keep growing my brand. Give me a yes in the chat, or let me know what's your biggest takeaway from this part. And let me just have a quick look at Facebook, because there may be someone on Facebook, which is so fun. Because some people just didn't know. Oh, yes, amazing. Beautiful, Ren. Beautiful. Okay, so we have people watching also on the Facebook group. Yay. Beautiful. So let me go back to Canva. Very helpful. I love your perspective. I love it. Makes me very happy to know that this is dropping and this is making a lot of sense. Beautiful. The other very important thing that I want to say, that it does a huge, huge, huge difference. And I'm going to, just share my screen. Let me actually pin the view. Is to call in the, let's say, when you have an offering, when you have a product, this is multidimensional marketing. What comes through you is alive, is living. So I really invite you to, when you create content, to bring the soul of your offering. If you have this 6-week program that you have created, if you have this 12-week program that you have created, you get to, this is of course like the word we go deep into, but you really get to meet the soul essence, meet this beautiful God or goddess of light in the quantum field. This goddess of abundance, this divine child, this essence of your creation, of your co-creation of your offering, and bring it in to also channel and co-create amazing content. And one of the things that in which you can do it, so for example, I have the I have these beautiful two offerings. One of them is the Mission Brand Playground. It's a low ticket membership, and it helps you with channeling, content channeling prompts. It helps you with so much good stuff. It's in there. And I also have the Mission Brand Mystery School, which is my 9-month mastermind, and all of these, right? Each of these offerings, they have a soul. So sometimes for me to channel content with precision, I actually ask them, I go into the quantum field, and this is something that you simply bring yourself in your mind's eye. Breathe, bring yourself into a relaxed state and tune into the frequency of your offering. And me, for example, I ask 2 questions. Sometimes I ask this essence. What is the next piece that I need to give my tribe in order to call souls in? This training is called Attracting Soulmate Clients into Your Offerings. Because the first way in which we do it is by calling people into our mission brands. Because this is where people, you know, like, oh, they are going to receive a training from you, and then they are going to receive a live on Instagram, and they are like, it's like you're present, you're in the field. When you do this, people buy because they can see you adding value into their lives. You're a relevant person because you're doing that. And the second level is you want to create content that invites people into your offerings. You want to create content that plants seeds in. Yes, remember the product aware content, but you can also, you know, like, for example, let's say that right now I'm talking on Instagram Live, and I can say something like, this is why I have created the Mission Brand Mystery School, because this is a living playground where all of the codes to upload the identity of your soul mission self, the most embodied and expressed version of you, who owns a very potent and abundant mission in the world, are spread into the field for you to upload, where you get calls with me. You get one call with me where we get to refine what you're learning into your own specific mission with your own specific strategy, where you also get embodiment workshops, where you also get nervous system regulation workshops with our ascension mentor. This is why I've created this and that, right? So like, you invite people in. So you want to also, in order to call people into your offerings, you want to activate all of these things. Like right here, what I have on my screen is so important. And then at the same time, you want to co-create more with the essence, with the soul of your offering. So I ask sometimes to this beautiful essence, what do I need to share? What do my people need? What would be the most supportive piece of codes, of content that my people need to receive right now in order to call souls in? And I said a slightly different variation of this question, so you can take note of both. You're going to have the replay. And the other question that I asked myself to channel amazing content that really serves to call people into my offerings is, what is the next set of codes that I need to share with my audience? And what I mean by the next is that, you know, it's a construction, basically. Until my humans realize that they are not a baby light worker, and they are not a baby entrepreneur, and they are, you know, like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but actually they're mighty, powerful souls who create words. until they don't understand that and integrate that knowing fully, they won't be ready to for the next thing. And so I go into campaigns. I spread this information like wildfire inside of a weekly live on my Facebook group that I share on YouTube, on Instagram, on my stories, on my email list. And I talk about this for a while. Because repetition, 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 repetition. Repetition is what allows codes to anchor in. It's not like I go and say something and I already talked about this. No. If anything, you want to imagine that people didn't see that piece of content, didn't see that email. And so now you need to say the same but differently. Or you want to go deep, or now you want to share it with this metaphor. And now you want to share the same thing but with a personal story. And now you want to share the same thing but with a different angle. Now I'm going to share the same thing on a masterclass, on a training. What is the next set of codes that I need to share with my people? And I think I have an example right here. So I feel like this is really going to be cool. I'm going to tell you exactly how I do this. I go into my landing page, right? So let me see if I can bring a landing page for one of my offerings. Okay, so let's say I'm going to use, for example, this free event. I facilitated this free event a couple of weeks ago. You can go to the link in my bio and access this beautiful Soul Mission Embodiment Initiation if you haven't. And basically, I'm going to go into the page. And I'm going to look for this very specific part where I'm listing all the things that people are going to get when they register and they receive this, okay? So let's say I'm calling people into the replay, okay? Okay, let me have a read. Discover who are the mission souls of light and their role on Gaia's ascension. That's the first set of codes. And I'm gonna, let's say I read them all, and this is the one that makes sense. Soul essence of my offering. Soul essence of this beautiful event. Soul essence of the Mission Grand Mystery School. Which one of these 5 makes the most sense to be shared first? Which one of these set of these key points makes the most sense to share next, right? And if you actually have a look at my Instagram, I made a piece of content that says who are the mission souls of light and why now is more important than ever that they activate their mission, something like that. And so like this is how I make sure that I am sharing the precise set of codes that makes the most sense to actually create a grid. It's like grid codes on top of codes, on top of codes, and top of codes, and top of codes, on top of codes. I had 100 people in my Instagram when I made over 20,000 in sales. You do not need a big audience. You just need to be anchored in your work and awaken the right remembrances in your people and light up the fire in your people in the very specific way that you know, in order to be able to see financial gain and the abundance of joy that comes from building a mission. You don't need numbers. You want to just like be really attuned to what is it that you need to share with your humans. All right, beautiful souls. So, well, we are over time officially. So thank you so much for those of you who are here. I'm actually going to leave the training here because I respect you. I respect your time. I actually think that we started a little bit later. My apologies for that, but it took me a couple of minutes. So I'm so excited that you received a lot. As I said, this replay is going to be available for 48 hours in like everywhere, and then it's going to either go into a place where you need to sign up to receive it, or it's going to simply live inside the Mission Brand Playground membership. All right. So if you are someone who really is in a season of their life, let me bring this puppy in. If you are someone who is really on a season of their life where you know that you are ready to have more fun in what you are doing in the world and really grow a powerful mission where you can be honored and fully unleash your magic. If you really want to become the version of you that is the most embodied, self-expressed version of your mission, like Mission Soul Self, and you want to also know what it's like to hold a Mission Brand empire with grace, with abundance, then send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, or reply to one of my emails, or go to the link in my bio and have a look at the Mission Brand Mystery School. Have a look at the full curriculum, have a look at, well, the full codes of what we are going to be doing inside of this. This is a very special mastermind because not in every mastermind you actually have one-on-one access to people, but you're going to have a beautiful access to me every week via chat, via, to the whole group, and also a monthly one-on-one session with me, and also everything that's inside this beautiful mastermind. So I'm going to support you to turn inside of this offering what we are doing. The Mission Brand Mystery School is an offering to help you channel your soul mission and expand its fifth dimensional abundance expression as a mission brand that unleashes your magic into the world, attracts the most delicious tribe to serve, and impacts Earth at a larger scale. You can find everything about it via the link in bio. You can send me a DM. For some of you, you are going to have a lot of fun by joining and receive a lot of value around this codex and more inside the Mission Brand Playground, which is the membership. And I am so happy that you had this time with me, that we got to share this beautiful time together. And I cannot wait to see the amount of magic that you unleash in the world via your amazing content from this point onwards. I'm sending you so much love. See you on Instagram or all the other spaces that Mission Soul is in.